Are you feeling gross about your relationship with food? Is your eating feel out of control? Did you know that the energy that you eat your food in makes a world of difference and it really, really matters? Did you know that you can supercharge your manifestations through intention and food? You can align with manifestations quicker and easier by being mindful about your food and the energy that you eat that food in. Did you know you can program intention into your food to enhance healing processes, speed up or supercharge manifestations, and also to help rewrite your subconscious mind, which is responsible for 94 to 98% of everything you do as a human through food? That is exactly what we are going to be addressing here today in this video. I'm so glad you're here with me and stick around to learn how you can begin energetically enhancing your food right now, today, to supercharge your life. My name is Derek Ivy. I'm a board certified clinical hypnotherapist, researcher, and intuitive. Welcome. Don't forget to like the video, comment down below, share with a friend who is a foodie, a spiritualist, or both, or anyone you know who might benefit from this information. And join the comments down below. Let me know, even if you're just here, just say, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm learning. And also share with me, how are you already using your food and eating habits intentionally? And what could you add to my list? So let's dig right into this food. You have to have it, right? It's one of the ways that you cultivate chi as a human being. Chi is life force energy. You cultivate chi through meditation, sleep, exercise, or moving the body creates chi. Uh, Physically creating, breath work, nature, herbs, creativity, all of those things cultivate chi, and also sexual energy. So when you begin to combine two or more ways of cultivating chi, then you start to really experience a compound effect of that in a very good way. You begin to really experience a boost in your vitality, your energy levels are higher, your life force energy is just so much more apparent. People around you might just be like, I don't know what it is about that person, but I really just feel like they have good energy. That is because you are cultivating all of that chi and you have more waves of energy in your energy field and less dense particles. So more dense emotions are more dense particles. Then the more you get into gratitude and joy and all of those life-giving states, you're going to have more vitality. You're going to have more connection with your intuition. You're going to just overall have a more enhancing life experience. You also become so much more magnetic to everything that you could possibly want or need in life. So it becomes really, really important to dial in, especially nutrition, because nutrition is the building blocks of all of your cells. So the first way to really begin improving your eating life is eating with self-love. It's not what you eat, but the energy that you eat it in. Have you ever seen someone who is obsessed and stressed about calories, fat, carbs, sugar, and they are always on some fad diet, and then they feel guilty when they eat something, quote, bad? And maybe, this is something that you have experienced, and it's not about a right or a wrong or a good or a bad. This is just, we're cultivating awareness here. And if you're thinking like this, so literally, so black or white, right or wrong, yes or no, you're siphoning off spirit and identifying with old programming that dulls the enjoyment of life and actually introduces resistance into your life experience. Makes things harder, it makes things heavier, more difficult, right? So it's not a single food or group of foods that is the enemy. Think about your nutrition like a symphony. There's all of these different instruments playing, and they all come together to create this beautiful sound. All food can be nourishing for your body and give you energy, especially if you have programmed that food with love and intention for that to happen. Divine love is the most healing force in the universe. You hear me talk about that all the time if you are familiar with my work. So make sure that you are in love of yourself, that you love yourself first and foremost, and realize that food, body weight, etc., has absolutely nothing to do with your self worth. Zilch. Just think about that for a moment. There is no perfect weight. There is no perfect way to eat. The perfect way is with love. So, love is the most important ingredient, literally. So, if you're going to eat a big piece of cake, for me, I love a good carrot cake with cream cheese icing, and I absolutely love indulging in that because I eat it in the energy of love. I love myself and I infuse love into the cake. So if you're going to eat something, if you're going to eat a cake or a donut, bless it with love and eat it. It's going to be way more well received by your body. And loving yourself can look so many different ways. But this is the most important foundation of shifting your eating habits is loving yourself. I work with a lot of clients who are looking to lose weight. They come to see me for hypnotherapy because they really want to change their eating habits. They might have body image issues, something of that nature. And they come in for that reason, but then we end up doing so much work around self love and nurturing and cultivating that self love because that is the foundation of everything in your life. And self love transforms your relationship with food in the most beautiful ways. Being in old programs in your subconscious that are riddled with guilt and shame and remorse only serves to distort reality. And not only that, but it breeds more guilty thoughts, which bring in these big masses of energy that feels heavy. It doesn't feel good, which might actually translate to physically being heavy. And not only that, but guilt and shame dulls the energy of the food. It's actually going to taste different. Your body is actually going to process that food in a different way. A wonderful student of mine the other night on our group call for the QSM practitioner group, we were talking about this Japanese doctor. I believe he was Japanese, but he did these studies on water. And I'm sure you've heard of this, right? Like it's a pretty famous study where he would literally say, I love you to the water. And then another cup of water, he would say really mean and angry things to it. Then they froze the water and looking at it very, very detailed and up close, this water had completely changed the levels of crystallization, the designs in the frozen end product. So the crystals formed looking beautiful and symmetrical and intricate in the water that was charged with love. In the other water that was charged with the energy of hatred, of I don't like you, all of that, it was a very chaotic expression when the water was frozen. That is so powerful because it really is proof that absolutely energy is real and it's already working in your life, right? Whether you want to believe in it or not, it's the way it is. Your body is made of 98% water. So please know this literally changes your biological and physical makeup, the chemical makeup of your body and the food. Any area of guilt is an invitation to bring in more love. So, anytime, just as you're going throughout your day, if you are feeling really guilty, bring love to that guilt. Even just put your hand on your heart and feel. Bring love, connect love to that energy pattern. Any food that is bad or wrong to you, bring love to it. Bless it with love and eat it. I want you to try eating something bad after this video when you plug it in with intention and just notice. Just like think of yourself as a scientist. I'm just going to do this and see what happens, right? Got nothing to lose and so much to gain. Your soul came into this body, into this physical time space reality to have an experience. So that includes different flavors, different textures, different varieties, different indulgences, and we're supposed to enjoy our experience on Earth. You came for fun. And of course, this is not an invitation to go out and just binge on junk foods and say, oh, I love myself, so it's all good. That's not what this is about. And that's a very important thing to bring up in this conversation. You still have to have discernment. There's nuance to absolutely everything. There, you have to put things into context and nuance, right? So this is to bring more love and balance into your life. This is an amazing invitation to release the guilt that you feel around eating certain foods from time to time. Do I eat carrot cake every day? Absolutely not. I probably have one slice every 2 to 3 weeks. But when I do eat that, I love it. I enjoy it. And I have zero guilt about it. And I infuse it with love. So discernment is key. The second way is mindful eating. And this is very, very thought provoking if you've never heard this before. How often do you just shove food in your mouth as fast as you can? You're, you don't even finish chewing one bite of food and you're already grabbing the next, shoveling it in. A lot of eating issues that I've seen in my own hypnotherapy practice with clients have truly been resolved just by doing this one thing, being more mindful about eating. I had a wonderful client come in last month, and she was eating in the evening. She was binge eating. She That's kind of just what she did in the evening, and it wasn't something that she wanted to continue doing. And she really benefited greatly from this because I told her, this is your only rule. Let's try for this week. This is your only rule, is to just be more mindful about your food. This completely transformed her relationship with food because she started bringing the light of consciousness onto her eating habits. She even got low key anxiety. Halfway through one cookie, she would be eating it and thinking, oh, I'm running out of cookies, and thinking about her next cookie as she was still eating one. So, was she really truly enjoying those? No, she wasn't even present eating the cookie she was eating. Her mind was already 8 steps ahead. But you bring it back here, bring it back right now. Slow it down. Let yourself fully taste, chew, and swallow each bite before taking the next bite. And if you do this, it's not your fault. This is very, very old programming. Myself, I used to be like that because growing up, there was always so much emotional charge around dinner time with my own mother. And so I would always eat as fast as I could because she would take away all the plates when she was ready to clean, or there would be some other issue about it, right? So I had to really mindfully focus on this for a few months. And now it's just the way I eat 99 out of 100 times. So, really mindfully, take a bite, set the cookie down, and chew that bite, taste the flavor, savor it, swallow it before you even pick the cookie back up to take another bite. This is going to do a few things. It's going to slow you down physically so your body can actually catch up and be like, okay, I'm actually full, or so your satiation is going to be a lot higher this way. And the other thing it's going to do is it's going to help you be just more mindful of what you're actually putting in your mouth, because it's going to give you a little bit of space between the thought and the action of eating. So you're going to have more space to decide, do I actually need this? Or am I just filling some hole in the soul? So I think you will find you're going to eat so much less because this really gives your body time to know what is happening. And it will signal to you as being full much quicker. You can even work with your body by setting that intention. Ask your body to fully signal to you when you're full. It will. It's very, very smart. You may also enjoy your foods so much more when you start to really notice the actual flavors of these foods. You'll notice, oh, wow, this is just really a treat. Or maybe you'll notice some foods that you thought you really enjoyed, you don't actually. Or maybe you'll just realize you're just filling an emotional or spiritual gap somewhere along the way. Programming intention is the next way. So this one is amazing. And if you, this one is, I hope that this is new to you because I love it. And I love teaching new people this one. This is extremely powerful. So I want you to think of how much sheer energy every morsel of food that you eat actually took to get to you in your mouth and in your stomach. Let's take an apple, for example. There's the little tiny apple seed, right? And the farmer plants the apple seed. That gets planted, and the apple seed takes in all of these nutrients from the soil, the vitamin D from the sunlight, the oxygen, the water from the rain, and artificial irrigation, not to mention the person who planted the seed and the people who nurture that seed and water it and look after it day to day. That's a ton of energy already, but we're not done. Then think about who harvested the crops, who sent the crops on trucks. Think about the people who boxed the apples, the people who drove the truck, the people who unloaded the truck at your local neighborhood grocery store, people who stocked the apples out onto the produce tables, the cashier that rang them up, and you who picked it out, took it home, washed it. So think about that. That is a massive amount of energy that went into that one apple. Now, that energy can be transformed and intention can be programmed into it. So, if you were really to begin really taking a couple of moments before each and everything that you eat and visualizing or experiencing in some way all of that energy that it took to get you your food, you can actually program your intention into that energy to harness that massive energy, to program for all of your manifestations, to heal health conditions, to anything under the sun. Like, think about it, meditate on it right before you eat. And it doesn't have to be like 20 minutes of meditation. Just hold your hand on the food, whatever it is, and just visualize from the very beginning of that energy all the way to now. And then send that energy, let all the love in your heart pour into that food while you are visualizing your manifestation, while you are whatever you're wanting to do. Maybe it's something that you want to improve physically. Like I had a client heal her gallbladder that way. She intuitively started tuning into the foods that her body actually wanted. And she began programming every single thing she ate to heal her gallbladder. And it did. So that's a massive amount of energy that is at your fingertips every single day. Very powerful. What this does, you imagine all of that sheer energy being transformed or being used for the purpose of powering your manifestations, then you're literally consuming that energy. So, like with this water, I sent love into it. Now I'm drinking that love. I'm drinking that healing. You can program intention into water, obviously. Also, we just talked about that. You can drink or eat any intention under the sun. If you don't do it intentionally, then it's just going to happen unconsciously. And then you're going to be eating all of that energy of all those people that had a part in your food. So, there's maybe one of them had a bad day. You're eating all of that energy, and subconsciously, you are picking up on that. Not to mention also, like, suffering or anything like that. So it's very important to do this anyway because you want to be eating your intentions, and that's sending a powerful message to your subconscious. If not, then of course we're gonna, as human beings, if we're not intentional, we revert into chaos. By doing this every time, you're going to be eating so much more mindfully, and your body is going to be so much happier this way. You don't need to consciously think about uh, what a diet or anything like this. By just being more mindful, you're going to completely transform your relationship with food. That absolutely will manifest some way physically for the better. What a lot of humans do is they just mindlessly shove food in their mouths. They don't ever make any connections mindfully. So the body is just bombarded with loads of this chaotic, unorganized energy. And of course, it's going to manifest as physical dis-ease or being overweight or having excess body fat, whatever it is. So, what do you think? Do you think that these suggestions will help you to begin to repair your relationship with food? Humans tend to overcomplicate everything, so don't overcomplicate it. Just be mindful. Anytime there's a physical manifestation of dis-ease in the physical body, or anytime someone's overweight, it's literally just showing you where you can intentionally put more love, more intention, and more energy. Making a shift in your relationship with food is just one of these aspects of love. Love is the most healing force in the universe. If you're ready to try some alternative ways to really get yourself in a vibrant place of health and vitality, I absolutely can help you with this. Comment below if you'd like to work together in a professional sense, or you can also contact me through my website, or you can just book a session on my website at dgtwellness.com. There's also links for socials down in the comment or in the description. There's links on my YouTube. So check that out if you're interested in taking that further. I absolutely love helping you with anything that is going to help make your life better. And I especially love working with people, things of this nature. I have a lot of training specifically to help people with body image and weight issues using hypnotherapy and energy healing. And I've helped hundreds of clients, both locally here in Colorado, where I live, and all over the globe. You deserve more than anything to have your life be the absolute fullest and brightest that it can be. Be bold, be well, love yourself. Lots of love. We'll talk soon. If you feel called to show us some love, absolutely you're welcome to subscribe, comment, share the video, and like the video. Let's start a revolution of food. Let's get this out into the cosmos and get people excited about eating again because food is delicious. Okay, talk soon.